Welcome to a look at the Electronic Performance Development Program System, known on campus as ePDP. In this video, we will cover the Supervisor Assessment phase of the ePDP. You can begin by visiting the Human Resources webpage at gvsu.edu/HRO. And on this website, you can get to the ePDP system in a few different ways. There is a link on our main page here. There's also a navigation item under Forms, ePDP, or you can go directly to the page by adding ePDP to the end of the Human Resources URL. There's a lot of helpful information on this page, so please take a moment to review it. You can find frequently asked questions, timeline and process flowchart for the program, how to write SMART goals, and a number of different training programs. You can log in from on campus or while you're off campus. If you do log in from off campus, you most probably will need to log into the VPN network first. We've provided instructions on how to do that on this page. I'm going to log in from on campus. And actually, I have already logged into a test system for the purposes of this demonstration. I'll be logging in today as Sally Supervisor. And I'm going to be working on an assessment for Sam's staff. Sam has already completed his assessment. So now you can see under Staff Open Assessments that Sam's staff's evaluation is at the Supervisor Assessment stage. Anytime there's something for you to do as a supervisor, it will clearly be denoted in red. This first page is an overview of some important things to know about this phase of the assessment. Please review it, and when you're done, simply select Continue. There are a number of navigation items that will be consistent throughout the phases of the ePDP. First of all, the ticker tape at the top is a status bar, and it reminds you the current phase of the assessment for which you're completing at this time. You're working on Sam's assessment, and his assessment is in the Supervisor Assessment phase. These first four tabs are also consistent throughout the phases of the ePDP: job responsibilities, goals, competencies, and professional development. The Supervisor Assessment does contain one additional tab called Overall Rating, and we'll be going through that shortly. Notice there are some numbers in parentheses on the first four tabs. This indicates that in the Supervisor Assessment phase, you have completed 0 of 2 ratings and comments for Sam's staff's Supervisor Assessment. That makes sense because you're just getting started. Also on this page, navigationally, there are notes and documents that can be added to the system. These are for overall notes and documents on the left-hand navigation menu. You can add a note to the system, and you can choose to share it with your staff member or keep it private to yourself. You can do the same with files or documents, simply by uploading your file, choosing whether or not you want it to be private. You can add a file description and then select Upload. If you don't finish your assessment in one sitting, you can save your work and get back into the system later to complete it. That's no problem. Additionally, note that there are frequently asked questions and information available in the navigation menu, and there is a dashboard. You can access your history or your staff member's history from the dashboard at any time. You can see that Sam has rated himself and provided comments for the job responsibilities that were approved earlier in the ePDP. Now, as a supervisor, it's your opportunity to rate Sam and provide comments. Ratings are required. Comments are optional, but they are strongly encouraged. Please know that the staff member ratings and comments, these, do not show up on the final assessment document. Only your supervisor comments appear. So, for example, if the staff member has indicated a comment and you simply state agreed in your comments, the only comment that will display on the final assessment document is agreed. So please consider this when recording the comments for your staff member to review. On this page, I'd like to also point out that there are a couple of icons next to each job responsibility. The first is a notepad, and the second is a file icon. These are similar to those found in the navigation menu here. However, these would be for files and notes specific to this individual job responsibility, while these notes and documents are for overall notes and documents not specific to a job responsibility or goal. Please remember to save your responses when you've completed them. And once you'll notice that there's a check mark next to the supervisor rating. Also, you'll notice that on the Job Responsibilities tab, 2 of 2 have been completed. We can now move to the Goals tab. The Goals tab operates in much the same manner as the Job Responsibilities tab, but the Ratings menu is different. The Ratings menu provides ratings that are really more applicable to goals. When you've completed entering goals and rating goals, please save responses. Again, you will notice that in parentheses now 3 of 3 have been completed, and there's a check mark next to the supervisor rating. At this point, you can move to the Competency tab. This tab does operate differently than the first 2 tabs. You're not able to rate or comment on this main page. You'll start by selecting a link, for example, with the first university competency called University Values. This will take you to a competency detail page, and this is the page upon which you will make your supervisor rating and comments. Once you have completed all 8 competencies, you will see that 8 out of 8 are completed on the tab, and there will be a check mark next to the supervisor rating under each of the 8 competencies. You can now move to the Professional Development tab. This tab also operates a little bit differently than the other tabs. The content of the Professional Development Plan will be part of the Supervisor Assessment and the discussion document. However, it will not be included in your staff member's final assessment document. This page encourages you and your staff member to discuss his or her desired areas for growth and career goals without having them included in the final assessment document. This is intended as a way to facilitate communication between you and your staff member so you can best support them in reaching their professional development plans. The first section is simply a reminder of the professional development plan that was established during the annual planning phase. The second area does not require a rating, but does require comments. These are the specific steps that your staff member indicated they wanted to take in order to reach their overall development plans. So again, all that is required of this area is a comment from you. Once you've completed your comments, remember to save your responses, and you'll proceed to the Overall Rating tab. On the Overall Rating tab, you'll provide overall comments for your staff member. You will also provide an overall rating. This overall rating should be in line with the merit increase percentage your AP staff member will receive when raises are issued, if they will be issued this year. Remember to save your overall rating. When all tabs have been completed, you will see this red box appear. This box has some important reminders in it, so please take a moment to review it. Sometimes a dean or an appointing officer will ask you to review your supervisor assessment for one or all of your staff members before sending it to your staff member. If this is the case, please select No and share by viewing and printing the assessment for your supervisor. Share that supervisor assessment with them. If you're not ready for the document to be available to your staff member, select No, because as soon as you select Yes in this area, your staff member will have immediate online access to your assessment. You can also include a personalized message to go with the email to your staff member. When you're done, simply select Yes. You will receive this congratulatory page indicating that you completed the supervisor assessment successfully. Your staff member will automatically receive an email from the system letting them know that their supervisor assessment has been complete and is available online for their review. The next step to take place is the discussion meeting. You will note that the discussion meeting is highlighted in red on your staff open assessments. That means, again, as anything highlighted in red does, that it is ready for your action. After you and Sam meet to have the discussion meeting, you'll need to come back into the system to let the system know that the discussion meeting has been completed. There will be a review of the assessment, and to complete the discussion meeting in the system, you simply just need to indicate the discussion meeting took place. Say yes, it really did, And again, you'll get the congratulatory page. If for some reason you need to make changes after you met with your staff members, say for example, you're in the discussion meeting, you have a conversation with Sam and you agree that perhaps one of the ways that you rated Sam needs to be changed after finding out something more while you talked. You can do this by going to Staff Open Assessments, click on Override System Stage, change the system stage back to Supervisor Assessment, and select Update Stage. At this point, you'll notice that Sam's assessment is back in the Supervisor Assessment page. You'll need to go in, make the change that you want to make. Let's say you decided now he usually performs better than average. Make sure to save your overall rating again and indicate that yes, it's done. Sam will receive another email indicating that the supervisor assessment is updated again. This means now Sam's assessment is at the discussion meeting. You'll need to tell the system that again, the discussion meeting did take place. And at this point, Sam is at the position where he needs to finalize the assessment. I'm now logged in as Sam's staff member. Sam will simply review the assessment. He'll indicate whether or not he's satisfied with the evaluation. Make a comment if he so chooses. And this final agreement or disagreement and staff comment will show up on Sam's final assessment. Sam will save his overall comments and indicate that they're ready to be sent to you. You'll get an email indicating that Sam's final comments have been completed and you're almost done. There's just one more thing that you need to do. You need to log in. At this point, all you'll need to do is read Sam's final comments. And once you've done that, you simply select here to finalize the assessment. Make sure that Sam has actually had time to get those comments in. Now go back to the assessment page and verify that there is a completed and a date. Anything other than this means Sam's assessment is not done. Remember that you can access history on the dashboard at any time. Simply select the assessment year that you want to look at. And now you can see this is Sam's assessment that you just completed. You can get two different views. One is a document view, and one is a tab view. And this will remind you what you put on each tab. As always, if you have any questions about the ePDP process, we're happy to help. Please visit our website for FAQs, email us at hro@gvsu.edu, or call us at 331-2215.